BAS.MY is a rebranding efforts of stage bus across Malaysia since 2024. The local bus that attracts so much attention on Malaysian social media with its striking pink scheme nicknamed the Pink Bus. Seremban became the first city in Malaysia with BAS.MY service when the Pink Bus started its operation on April 2024. How was the experience of riding the Pink Bus from Seremban to Kuala Pilah? Let's take a ride on the Pink Bus across the lush greenery of the countryside while understanding of the importance of stage buses in the local economy and the daily life. The journey starts at Terminal 1, which is the main bus station for Seremban. The pink buses park at the back of Terminal 1 while the express bus is at the front. Before the massive renovation since 2024, the stage buses used to be at the front and the express bus at the back. These pink buses connect select areas in Seremban and the major towns in Negeri Sembilan such as Nilai, Port Dickson, Kuala Pilah, Bahau, Jelebu and Tampin. The situation inside Terminal 1 still has not changed much after more than 20 years while renovations and upgrades are made little by little. Like any other bus station in Malaysia, there is an air-conditioned departure hall and self-service ticket counters. Terminal 1 connects Seremban with the main cities across the peninsula, Singapore and Hadiai, Thailand. I talked about Hadiai in the previous video where the largest city in southern Thailand attracts so many tourists from Malaysia and Singapore. If you want to know why there are so many people visiting this city, the link to watch this video is up here. We will not ride the express bus today, but we will ride the pink bus. This pink bus replaced the previous stage buses, which is My Bus, of which My Bus itself replaced the stage buses owned by the private companies. All of this is a continuation of the Stage Bus Service Transformation or SBST that has been ongoing since 2015. In the 2025 budget, a total of 275 million ringgit is allocated for the rebranding of My Bus to BAS.MY and the purchase of new buses to replace the old ones. 275 million ringgit for stage buses all across Peninsular Malaysia. In comparison, 216 million ringgit was spent on My50 subsidies for Rapid KL users in Klang Valley for the year 2025. That is why the pink bus is not available in Klang Valley because the area is already served by Rapid KL buses. However, information related to BAS.MY is quite limited in the social media and the website is also not very informative. Before the existence of these new buses, once upon a time, I used to take the bus to Kuala Pilah before SPST was started in 2015, and I used to take the ancient bus that was not air-conditioned. To save money, there is a counter to apply for My30 and concession cards, but the counter is only operating on Monday and Wednesdays between 8 am and 5 pm at Terminal 1. In this video, you can guess which day I came. Certainly not Monday and not Wednesday. The bus is fully air-conditioned with 30 seats, which I will explain further later. For this trip, I headed to Kuala Pilah by bus route N10 to Bahau with a distance of 39 kilometers. There are actually two routes which are N10A via Juaseh and N10B via Batu Keke, but both of these routes pass through Kuala Pilah and terminate at Bahau. Payment methods for riding the pink bus are by cash, concession card, debit card and credit card. You can use debit and credit card in rural buses Rapid KL when. Interestingly, the pink buses in Seremban do not accept touch and go. There is one thing that you need to be reminded when using debit or credit card. Please ask the bus driver first before using a card. When I boarded the bus to Kuala Pilah, I only tapped the card once and got the ticket. However, on the way return to Seremban, I tapped the card twice. The first tap to get on and the second tap to get off. Then I got the ticket. Therefore, inform the bus driver if you want to use a card to pay the fare. The frequency between Seremban and Bahau via Kuala Pilah is every 20 minutes, where the route N10A to Juase and route N10B to Batu Kikeh have 40 minutes frequency, making the Seremban Kuala Pilah bus frequency is higher than some of the rapid KL bus routes in the middle of Klang Valley. The seats in the bus are fabric seats similar to commuter seats, but not as hard as rapid KL plastic bus seats. The reason is that the journey in this bus can reach up to 2 hours in one trip, such as to Bahau or to Tampin. It is pain in the ass to sit on a plastic for 2 hours straight. The journey to Kuala Pilah has started. But look at the legroom in the pink bus, so spacious, so much space, more spacious than an AirAsia seat. But that's the reason why the legroom is designed this wide. I will explain later. Exiting Terminal 1 around Padang Bandaraya heading towards Kuala Pilah. And across the Georgian Greenfield is Seremban Railway Station. There is a commuter service to Kuala Lumpur, Pulau Sebang Tampin and Batu Caves. There is also ETS services to Gemas and Padang Besar. I took the train from Kuala Lumpur to Singapore in the previous video, where I switched to 3 different trains on the journey. To find out why I switched the train and not just take one train throughout the whole journey, you can watch the video. The link is up here. Slowly exiting Seremban city centre, turning onto further route 51 towards Kuala Pilah. During the weekday afternoon, not many people take the bus, but there will be more people taking the bus in the late afternoon when the school session is over and the office is closed. Midway, the bus stops at a petrol station to fill up the diesel, and it takes about 5 minutes. And this is not the most unusual thing that happened on the stage bus. Once I took a bus in the year 2022, but not the bus on this route. The bus driver stopped at the roadside to eat at a restaurant and let the passengers on the bus for 15 minutes. Back onto the road. Passing through Ampangan, where UTC is located, the one-stop center for frequent government services. Mount Angsi is becoming more and more visible, which means that the bus is leaving Seremban city and nearing Bukit Putus, which is the pass between Seremban and Kuala Pilah. Back to the seat. Why are the seats designed with such a wide legroom? The first reason is that there is no storage bin above the seats like the express bus. The second reason is that the bus passes through rural areas, thus it is expected that people will carry many kinds of goods. For example, someone shop at the market or school students carrying school bags and books. With a wide front legroom, bags can be placed comfortably in front without disturbing passengers walking in the middle of the bus. This is the junction to Bukit Putus, which is the old road between Seremban and Kuala Pilah. In the map of part of the Malay Peninsula published in the year 1876, Jalan Bukit Putus or Bukit Putus Road is already existed as a link between Seremban and Lukut in the west and Jempol in the east. Today, almost all the vehicles use the new road that was opened in the year 2009. The new Jalan Bukit Putus is designed so comfortably as this route not only connects Seremban and Kuala Pilah but also connects the west coast and the east coast. As you can see in this video, there are so many heavy vehicles such as lorries and buses ply on this road because this is the most important road between southern east coast such as southern Pahang and eastern Negeri Sembilan with the west coast. Before the new Jalan Bukit Putus, the old road was so windy with dangerous blind bands that caused frequent fatal accidents in old Jalan Bukit Putus. Road accidents often occur in Bukit Putus. Even a newspaper, Penang Gazette and Straits Chronicle dated 17th of October 1912 has reported an accident involving a bus and a car near Ulu Bendul. Thus, the new road was built with a cost of 107 million ringgit to facilitate traffic movement and promote economic growth in the eastern part of Negeri Sembilan. Apart from that, the new road also allows light vehicles to overtake more safely than the old road, which is windy and there is no chance to overtake lorries that are moving so slowly in the mountains. The flyovers not only makes the road straighter but also allow wild animals to cross the road safer. Arriving at the border of district of Seremban and Kuala Pilah. Rejoining with the old road to Bukit Putus, thus the new road ended here and the road ahead is the old Federal Route 51. Passing through the popular recreation area Ulu Bendul. Before the existence of BAS.MY or the pink bus, this bus route was operated by buses owned by private companies such as United Bus and also previously Transnational. When more and more people are able to own their own vehicle such as cars and motorbikes, less and less people rode the bus, thus the bus companies suffer losses. Transnational no longer operates the bus route between Seremban and Bahau, while United Bus used to operate aging old bus. I still remember riding the non-air conditioned United Bus with blue padded upholstery seats and wooden floors. So uncomfortable since the fact is not much different than the air conditioned buses which are limited with certain uncertain arrival time. Since the stage buses are no longer profitable, the federal government subsidized bus operators to continue the stage bus operations because this is the only public transport available between Seremban, Kuala Pilah and Bahau as well as in Jelebu and Port Said. The reason why this bus still needs to operate despite its unprofitability and needs to be subsidized is because not everyone can afford to drive a car or ride a motorcycle and not all are able or qualified to drive, such as school students and the elderly. Remember about the UTC earlier? There is a passenger who embarked from Terminal 1 and gets off at UTC 3 kilometers of distance. If she took a taxi or e-hailing, the fare can reach up to 10 ringgit. As a comparison, bus fare is only 1 ringgit. Return to Kuala Pilah district. This all modern bus pass through lush and peaceful rural area. Passing through Terachi, which is famous for its smoked duck. In the middle of the rice fields is the Terachi Cultural Village, where cultural and leisure activities are held there if there is an event. However, the rice fields around Terachi Cultural Village are not cultivated intensively due to higher costs of rice production compared to the other states in Malaysia. Did you know that Negeri Sembilan also has rice fields? Unlike in the Klang Valley, only a few places throughout the route have bus stops, and buses sometimes stop at the side of the road without any stops and information boards. No need to ask for if there is any bus lane. There is none, nil, zilch. Arriving in Tanjung Ipoh town, there is Lemang Sushi Serunding Nogori. Hello food police. The town of Kuala Pilah is getting closer, but the greenery still persists. Behind the greenery is a giant supermarket with Mr. DIY. It looks like an express bus passed by Kuala Pilah town, but this bus does not stop at this town. Down the hill from Malang towards the city centre means that the bus is approaching Kuala Pilah town centre. Welcome to the town of Kuala Pilah. The bus station still stands in the town, but express buses no longer stop here. Only the pink bus between Seremban and Bahau still operates here, but the bus is no longer stops inside the bus terminal. The pink buses only pick up and drop off the passengers outside the bus station near a bus halt. Kuala Pilah town centre has all buildings that are magnificently designed. However, many of the rows of shops along Jalan Datuk Undang Johor are closed because vehicles cannot stop in front of the shops. Vehicles driven so fast because this is the main road between Seremban on the west, Tampin on the south, Karak to the north and the east coast. This road is often congested and vehicles cannot stop in front, thus most of the shops are closed. Inside this town there is Yam Tuan Radin Mosque and also Sam Seng Kiong Temple next door. There is kind of a gap between them. Behind the mosque there is a road that leads to Sawah Lebar, Juaseh and Bahau with an interesting history. The road once used to be a railway to Bahau. Before 1932, there was a train service between Kuala Pilah and Bahau that connected Kuala Pilah with the rest of Malaysia's railway network. According to a map in the Federated Malay States Railway pamphlet of information for travellers published in 1914, Kuala Pilah was served by a railway before Batu Arang and Kuala Lipis. The town was served by the train 2 times a day, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. Since the distance between Kuala Pilah and Bahau is only 22 kilometers, people prefer to take buses with more frequency and low fares. As a result, buses slowly take over the role as the dominant public transportation between these two towns. At the end, railway operations were closed in 1932 and Kuala Pilah station building still stand in front of Pasar Rabu behind the town centre. Okay, back to Jalan Datuk Undang Johor. There is a monument opposite of the Sam Seng Kiong Temple, which is the Martin Lister Monument. Martin Lister was the first resident of Negeri Sembilan and the first Englishman attempted to collect adat perpatih in the written form, the local customs of Negeri Sembilan people. This monument is located in a public area and has 3 languages on it. English in the middle, Malay on the left and traditional Chinese on the right. If you can read Jawi writing, the contents of this monument are very interesting. Remember that this monument was built by the Chinese communities in the town of Kuala Pilah. It was time to return to Seremban by walking to the bus station. The bus station is just behind the monument, just around the corner. Have you ever taken a local bus or want to try to ride this pink bus? You can comment down below. If you want to ride BAS.MY or the pink bus, you can take the bus from Terminal 1 station. Terminal 1 is served by express buses to the whole peninsula, Singapore and Hariai. You may come to Terminal 1 by train, disembark at Seremban station and walk by the parking building and the underground tunnel. The fare from Terminal 1 to Kuala Pilah is RM4.40 per way. Fare payment can be made by cash, debit card, credit card and BAS.MY concession card, but you cannot use touch and go. Besides Kuala Pilah and Bahau, BAS.MY also serves Nilai, Port Dickson, Jelebu and Tampin via Rembau. But keep in mind, some of the pink buses in Seremban do not have ramps for wheelchairs unlike the PKL buses. Reference list in the form of articles is in the description for your further reference. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something new about BAS.MY and its importance as the only public transportation in some rural areas in Malaysia. Thank you so much for watching again and see you in the next video.